Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, we the humans, we are, since we are social animals, since we are looking upon other people for all the time, interacting other people for all the time, we are found sitting, chatting, discussing with the other people most of the time. We are unconsciously or consciously comparing our life to the life of other people, and we are seen comparing whatever I have achieved, whatever I should have achieved, what the other people around me, my peers, to what extent have they achieved, and whose success or achievement is better, who is doing better, achieving better, living happily, and being considered a successful and a happier person. My dear friend, we are always seen relating ourselves to the other people, and the other people are doing the same thing. Although it is said that the competition is not a good thing at all, we need to cooperate instead of of competing. But dear friends, I'm not here during this talk and discussion. I'm not going to speak about the plus points of the competition and the negative points of the competition. Because if at all there are certain negative points, then there are certain positive points as well. But this discussion of ours is not going to be focused upon whether the competition as a whole is a good one or not so good one. Rather, we are going to talk in another way, and that way is 10 habits to adopt now. 10 habits to adopt now to get ahead of everyone else in 5 years. 10 habits to adopt now to get ahead of everyone else in 5 years. And that those are the 10 habits are really important, which we need to adopt now, so that within the period of 5 years we will be seen performing better, achieving better. What are those 10 habits? First of all, set clear goals. Setting goals, that is very, very important. Set clear goals. We need to set the clear goals. That is also important, because the goal setting actually mean that we are because the goal setting actually means we are setting a direction, determining our direction, on which direction I shall be working, I shall be walking. If there is no direction set, then how come shall we be able to make any progress at all? But not only that, the direction setting is important, rather, we need to set the clear goals. Clear goals. Clear on the one hand, feasible on the other hand. Set the realistic goal, so that the chances of achieving it will be much higher and much better. And this better and higher chances of the achievement, obviously it will produce the very good result. If at all we have set the goals which are too high, unrealistic, it would mean that even after the 5 years we will be standing empty handed. Set clear goals. Number two, embrace lifelong learning. Embrace lifelong learning. Lifelong learning. Learning, we are actually learning automatically. But if at all we declare it consciously that I shall like to keep learning throughout my life, then we will be a better learner. So here, since to be a better learner, we have to we have to declare it. We have to embrace the lifelong learning. Number three, face your fear. Facing the fear. What is going to happen? What might happen in the future? There are fears of mine, there are fears of yours. So instead of running away, and instead of ignoring that these things does not exist, or running away from that, it is a far better option to face your fears. How to face our fears? We need to put it down on the paper, and then obviously the preparation is needed. to what extent there are chances of happening it, and if at all it does happen, what will be the mechanism to cope it. So face your fears. Number 4, embrace failure. We don't succeed all the time. Sometimes we do, at certain other times we don't. So we need to accept the responsibility. We need to accept the results if at all the results have come. Instead of blaming anyone else, let's take the responsibility and let's accept the failure. And now the next is cut the dead end. What is this, by the way? The harmful activities, which are not only the wastage of our time and energy, rather these things are hurting us in the long run. These things are causing us to fail in the long run, in the short term. We need to get rid of it. And there are certain other activities which are just the wastage of the resources, the time, the energy, the financial, and the other resources, and there is no proper and good usage of it. There is no considerable benefit of that. So, in that context, too, in that context too, I think that we need to cut the dead end, cut the dead weight. And number 6, practice gratitude. What is the practicing of gratitude? We are often seen complaining and criticizing, and this complaints and the criticism, I think that is not so good at all, because I think we need to do it rarely, and we shouldn't be doing it frequently at all. So, in the same manner, I believe that it is far better to be a grateful person, to develop the attitude of gratitude, and we need to minimize the complaints. We need to minimize the criticism. Criticizing and the complaining must be contained and curtailed as much as possible, and we need to develop and promote the attitude of gratitude. We need to become a grateful person, to grateful to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, grateful to our parents and to the rest of the society as well. And practice gratitude. Number 7, say no more often. I mean, there are plenty of things we don't need to say yes at all, because there are countless things which might appear, which are there existing in the world, seeking our attention. It is far better to focus on some of these, and obviously we cannot do everything else which does come our way. We need to set priorities, and we need to say no to most of the things, because of the very 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 limited amount of the time, the energy, the resources available. So I think for that reason we do have to say no to most of the things. Now the number 8 is unplug to upgrade. Unplug to upgrade. We people today are seen wasting huge amount of the time, the energy, on social media. Social media has become the biggest ever addiction today. An overwhelming majority of the people in the society have become addicted to it. So for that reason, I believe and I think that we need to minimize the usage of the social media. Unplug to upgrade. Number 9, accept imperfections. So nobody on earth is perfect at all. Nobody on earth is perfect at all. So why not to accept this imperfection? Why to remain adamant that I'm a perfect man? No one else on the earth is a perfect man at all. So let's accept the imperfection. Don't try to be a perfect person at all. Don't pose yourself as a perfect person at all. Rather, what is important and what is extremely important for us is that we should keep improving with the passage of time. We should keep improving with the passage of time. That is very 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 important. And imperfection is quite okay. No one else on earth is imperfect. So the 10th and the last is cultivate patience. It is said that patience is a virtue. To be true, the patience is the biggest virtue. And if at all we don't exercise the patience, I think that we can never ever lead a good life at all. So to live a happy person, to live a good life, it is one of the most important, or maybe the most important quality ever, to exercise, to practice the patience. So that was a very important article indeed. 10 habits to adopt now to get ahead of everyone else in 5 years. Thank you.